Hello and welcome back to the channel. Full transparency, we're really having quite a warm Indian summer this week, but I still wanted to do some things to welcome autumn into my home. For me, welcoming a season pretty much always starts in the kitchen. I actually have an autumn Pinterest board and I make a section every year, and I tell myself I have to make all the things on that board. Oddly enough, it really helps me slow down and savor the beauty of the different months, and I'm so thankful to live in a state where I experience all 4 seasons pretty much to their fullest. I found out last year that I am not a pumpkin spice latte girly, so instead I made this delicious and luxurious browned butter cookie dough coffee creamer. And yes, you heard that right, I now drink coffee. Not often, it's more of a treat, but I've been experimenting with different flavors. It's really been almost an art form for me, although I know I'm way behind a lot of people when it comes to this beverage. But it's been really fun to experiment with my sisters on different drinks, and I even got to share this with my sister Campbell, who is, in my mind, the best latte maker I know, and she loved it. I'll be sure to link all the recipes from this video down below. Because I'm frugal and apparently lazy, I have been keeping a batch of homemade cold brew in my fridge. Personally, I think it's the perfect base for really any type of latte I want to make, because I definitely can't handle drinking my coffee black. I've been looking forward to making this dress for my daughter since February, when I bought this fabric at Joann's as it was closing on a really good sale. It's literally perfect for her. She's got an autumn color palette and it's going to be stunning. However, Charlie Kirk passed away the day I started working on it, and I truly felt no spark of joy while working on this project. The entire time I was sewing, I couldn't stop thinking about his little girl, who's right around the same age as mine. My daughter's in that phase where her daddy is her entire world. So I just keep praying for sweet little Gigi. And I'm so thankful to see Christians waking up in this past week and being bolder about sharing their faith, and to hear of all the people who are picking up their Bibles for the first time in years. Even in the midst of grief, I know my God is so good. He is using this to bring people to Him. I don't ever want to take for granted this little ray of sunshine He's given me. The most important work I'll ever do in my life is raising my babies to love and serve Jesus. This past week has reminded me of how much of a privilege it is to be able to watch my sweet baby girl grow up. These apple cheesecake bites involved a graham cracker crust, a cheesecake layer, an apple pie filling layer, and then a streusel crumb topping. Because, let's be honest, everything's better with a streusel crumb topping. My husband works so hard to provide for our family. I'm eternally grateful that He's made me a stay-at-home mom. It is so incredibly hard to pull off in this day and age. Growing up, his mom was at home just like mine was, so he really understands the value of it. But he works all day and then comes home, loves on the kiddos, and makes sure to find time to hang out with me. So I think this man deserves a special treat, even if it's a bit of a crazy one that involves 4 whole components. It was 100% worth it to see the smile on his face. This was a really heavy time for, I know, so many people, not just myself. And being able to talk through things with my husband and having him look up certain things so I didn't have to come across information I couldn't handle was completely invaluable. Our apple tree actually isn't doing so well this year, so we probably won't get much fruit, but these ones are from our kind neighbors who were so happy to share some of their bounty with us. We lost our peach tree earlier this year, right before harvest, and I'll speak for myself and say I shed some actual tears because that little peach tree was a complete miracle. It should not have been able to grow where it did, but it made the best fruit I've ever tasted in my life. So I'm really hoping we'll be able to start new with a baby tree next year and that it will be able to grow. I'd love to know in the comments what your favorite seasonal treat and beverage are, or if you have a favorite seasonal flavor, like pumpkin, apple, or chai. If you're on Instagram and you've seen my page, then you probably know that I'm on a bit of a felt sewing spree. I saw the idea on Pinterest to make a felt pie banner. There are so many different designs and ways you can put it together. I could have just hot glued it, but I felt like taking the time to stitch it. I feel like it might make it last longer, and I love the look of it. I made myself some digital patterns to make sure that each piece was uniform. So if that's something you're interested in, please leave a comment and I'll try to link it below. I don't have a tutorial made for them, but it's fairly self-explanatory. If it's something you need, I could definitely be persuaded to make one this winter. Crafting these little pecans and adding them all onto the piece of pie was the most challenging task of this project, but my oh my, was it worth it. I had no clue that rolling up felt would make it look so realistic. Each piece of pie has a slightly different type of crust, honestly just for the fun of trying something new. I mean, if I'm going to take the time to do all this and sew it all together, I might as well have some fun with trying different variations. I feel like you could hang these up so many different ways, but this just made the most sense in my mind to make a little pocket on the back and then thread the ribbon through. The result is exactly what I was hoping for, and I'm really glad I put in the work to stitch everything together so hopefully it lasts for many years to come. The final treat that I made this week was a pumpkin caramelized onion Gouda pizza. Now I know that is a niche flavor profile, but it was so perfectly flavorful, yet in a subtle and comforting sort of way. I mean, honestly, how could it go wrong? It involves caramelized onions and garlic. If there were one condiment that I could make once and have every single day of my life, it would be caramelized onions. But truth be told, I haven't found a very good way of storing them long term. I assembled the toppings on a sourdough pizza crust, and the recipe is from King Arthur flour. Again, I'll try to link all the recipes in this video down below. I was a little skeptical about how a pumpkin puree would taste for a sauce, but the result was not too squashy, if you know what I mean. If you don't have a pizza stone, by the way, you can just use a cookie sheet turned upside down. The result is pretty much the same. For a finishing touch, I sprinkled some parsley on top. Griffin's not a huge fan of pumpkin in really any form, so I knew I had this pizza pretty much to myself. Don't worry, I made sure he was fed. I mean, he had the cheesecake bites. But apparently he had some FOMO, so he still nabbed a bite.
You ruined it!
He also really loved the cheesecake bites, which made me so happy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm praying for you all, and I'll talk to you sometime soon.